Arise. 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 Guys, I am so hyped to make this video. I want you guys to let me know, were those arises good? Did I sound like Genu? Did I sound like him, guys? Solo Leveling has got me back into anime. If you guys ever take a second out of your busy schedules and take a look at my upload schedule, you would probably understand that I am very inconsistent with my uploading on here. Obviously, I'm not one to make excuses, so I'm not going to try to make too many. I will say though that life is full of, as we know, challenge, busy schedules, hard work, fun moments, bad moments, and sometimes you just get caught up in all of those whims that come along with living your every single day lives. My schedule has been jam-packed, I've been pretty busy, and I've also been stressed, and I faced many ups and downs, but I have officially returned to trying to film again. And I couldn't think of a better way to kick things off with this new filming schedule that I'm going to be going into than talking about a series that I have just adored ever since it first came out. Solo Leveling is a masterpiece. It is peak. It is impeccable. It is a must see. It is a must read if you haven't read it. Back when season 1 of Solo Leveling first dropped, I was floored. I can't even figure out a word to describe how excited I was. I was so blown away by how amazing the story actually was. I was inspired and I made one of my first videos about it, of how Solo Leveling has changed my life completely. Season 1 of Solo Leveling was wonderful, and I believe that it is a clear, pure representation of a man fighting against his inner demons and trying to accomplish his huge goals for himself, facing adversity along the way. And truly, that's what life's all about. When I decided the other day that I was going to actually get back into anime, I figured I would start with something that I actually really enjoyed and something that I was just chomping at the bit to actually consume. And holy crap, guys, I am so glad that I started season 2. Season 2 is just, it's really just blowing me away right now. If you watch any of my other content, you know that when I watch something, I like to extract life lessons out of it and use it to better my life every single day. This series has already taught me so many lessons when it comes to adversity, challenge, and success. Genu is becoming one of my favorite characters of all time, despite how short the series actually is, and there's a few great reasons why that is. The first main surface level change that I've noticed from season 1 and 2 is obviously Genu's looks and his style. I know a lot of people on the internet like to call him Sun Drip Woo, and it's because he literally is so drippy now, it's insane. Like, when he first showed up in episode 1 of season 2 and he was talking to his sister barely recognized him because he just looked so different. The haircut, the hair kind of in his eyes a little bit, the tucked in shirt, the belt, the pants, everything. Like, it all was just, it was amazing. It was like, if you saw someone down the street like that, you'd think like, that guy has his shit together, you know what I'm saying? Like, that guy's going places. We see Genu wearing a lot of these new fits as the season progresses, and me personally, I get inspired when I see things like that. I don't know if other people can relate or not, but when I see different outfits and characters, you know, wearing things that make them stand out or make them look good, it makes me want to up my style game a lot, and that's something that I've struggled with a lot. Like, I didn't always have a lot of clothes, and if I did have a lot of clothes, they were like a lot of basketball shorts and t-shirts. So finding a style that fits me and then like actually putting my finances towards getting those clothes and trying them on and seeing what works is quite a bit of a challenge for me. But this series is inspiring me to do those things and inspiring me to try those different outfits on and inspiring me to try different colors and everything like that. So I have that to thank Solo Leveling for, because again, Genu looks amazing right now, and it makes me want to look amazing too, you know? It's not just Genu's looks, but if you look beyond the surface and down closer to the bottom of the iceberg here, it's the confidence and the fact that Genu is no longer afraid of confrontation. Genu is a prime example of an underdog, and Solo Leveling is an underdog story, and everyone loves a good underdog story. Someone who goes from nothing to something, from poor to rich, from weak to strong, from stupid to incredibly intelligent and well educated. All of those things are inspirational when people watch them. People can take life lessons from these series and apply them to their everyday lives. So if you go through hard times, which everyone does, then you can think back to those moments of adversity that you see other people go through, and then you can use that as determination and fire and fuel and motivation to change your life for the better. I remember in episode 1 of season 1, we saw Genu. The first time we saw him, he was so scared. He was so socially anxious. And he did not have a solid backbone at all. He would let people just push him around and tell him down and call him names, and he was known as the weakest hunter of all mankind. But it wasn't just the weakest hunter of all mankind because of his looks or because he wasn't strong. It was because he didn't even have a strong personality either. He just let people walk all over him. And I think a lot of people do that nowadays. And I think it's important that we kind of grow from that, learn from that, and improve ourselves so that we can stand up for ourselves, because you have to be able to set boundaries in your life, because if you can't set boundaries, then you're just going to get taken advantage of all the time. And that's what we saw happen a lot with Genu early in the series. Genu is a totally different person now. The confidence is off the charts. He is not afraid to go after what he wants. He's not afraid to say what he feels. And he's not afraid to deal with confrontation, whether it be by someone weaker than him, like a magic beast, or whether it be someone who is potentially stronger than him, like another S-rank hunter. He's not afraid. Even before he became official S-rank, he wasn't afraid to stand up to other hunters. And we see that very early demonstrated in the series. He is a totally different person now. And I believe that I believe that everyone can actually take lessons from that and do the same thing. Another reason why I love Genu so much and why he's becoming one of my favorite characters is actually because of the voice actor Alex Lee. Because he does such an incredible job for Genu's dubbed voice. It's unbelievable. One thing that I, as a young man, love to hear, feel, see, experience is a good amount of vigor. And when I say vigor, I'm talking about determination. I'm talking about willpower. I'm talking about fight. I'm talking about when I see other people in the gym lifting and they're kind of really pushing themselves and you hear them really kind of grit their teeth and grunt. It might sound weird, but it's inspirational. You know what I mean? It makes me feel like, they're pushing through adversity and I can do the same. And it reminds me when Alex Lee is in these fight scenes and he's really just so perfect with his voice acting and the role. It reminds me of Sean in Dragon Ball Z with Goku, and how, Goku is really notorious, at least in the dub, for a lot of his voice lines. And they're so impactful because they just sound so raw, true, real. It sounds like real human fight, grit, and determination. And hearing that, seeing that, experiencing that on screen, it makes me like I find myself like, woo, like freaking out every time I hear things like that, because it's so inspirational. It's those moments that, like, when I'm in the gym and I'm lifting weight and I got to do one more rep, you know what I mean? And I'm really trying to get it and I'm really fatigued. I think back to Genu when he was fighting, I believe the demon, in the Demon Castle. I forget the character's name. Comment down below what the villain's name was in the Demon Castle when he's getting the elixir of life. But when he's fighting him and he does the uppercut and he's like, "Who the hell do you think I am?" And he does the uppercut. Like, it's phenomenal. We saw it in that situation. We saw it with Egress. We saw it a lot more in season 1, obviously, just because in season 2, Genu isn't really able to be touched because of how strong he is until one of the later episodes. But man, it is just phenomenal. I can't give enough credit to the voice actors. They do such a phenomenal job. They're so talented, and gosh, they really put the icing on the cake when it comes to these characters. Because if we didn't have them, it wouldn't hit us. It wouldn't hit us hard. Let's be real. Season 2 of Solo Leveling was the catalyst that I needed to get back into anime. And again, One Piece as well, because One Piece, as anime as a whole, I had fallen off for quite a while. I've been pretty busy, but again, this is exactly what I needed, guys. Like, this solo leveling journey was exactly what I needed. I loved it so much that I went back before season 2 and I rewatched season 1 because that's how much I love this series. I really want to read the manhwa as well. I really want to read the books they come out with, like everything. And it's so inspirational. Again, you can take aspects of these characters and apply them to your lives. And I think a lot of people do that. I think a lot of people can relate to that. And that's something that I just absolutely adore and love to do when I watch these series. Extract the lessons that you can learn from every single situation that you find yourself in. Doesn't matter what the situation is. You can always extract a life lesson out of it, whether it be a setback or a win or a failure. It does not matter. Any mistakes you make, anything. Compare your life to these magic beasts. These magic beasts that Genu fights, obviously in real life, we're not going to raise shadows from the dead and fly around and have all these daggers and all these crazy powers. Our true powers are our ability to overcome adversity, our ability to overcome challenges, our ability to have better relationships and connections with others, our abilities to push harder and gain more assets, gain more knowledge, gain more awareness, and gain more love that we have for ourselves and the world around us. Take those challenges and adversities that you face every single day, treat them like magic beasts, treat them like boss fights, treat them like challenges that you need to overcome every single day. And it's a mindset shift, because mindset is everything. And once you shift your mindset into a video game like mindset where you can conquer and you can face and defeat these enemies, these demons, you're unstoppable. And you too can become solo leveling and level up your life. Thank you so much for watching.